Hi, welcome to the channel. So in this video I want to touch on the subject of foraging for food. So firstly, I can't believe that I've never covered this subject before on the Malat cookery channel. I've been foraging now for a few years. As with most people, started off with blackberries and raspberries. Used to do that when we were children as well, and you tend to just progress onto other things. The subject I want to cover in this particular video is traditional or abandoned orchards, where to find them and what you can expect to find when you go to them. There is one major rule with foraging, and that is that it's only done on public land unless you have the landowner's permission. Never go onto private land. Even if when you're searching for orchards, the orchard looks abandoned, it doesn't look like it's been touched for years, that still doesn't give you any right to go onto private land, and you could potentially be accused of stealing as well. What happens with a lot of these orchards is they used to be parts of either farms or large estates. Those farms and large estates over a number of years have actually gone into local council or local authority ownership, and then it becomes accessible to the general public, and that's exactly what's happened here. So as I said, people normally start foraging with things like blackberries and raspberries. There are so many sites across the UK where you can go and do that on public access land, and there are plenty of websites which will give you an indication in your area of where the best places are if you just do a search on the internet. With regard to traditional or abandoned orchards on public land, there are a number of really good websites where you can indicate where these actually are in your area. One of the best ones I've found is the People's Trust for Endangered Species. And they have a really good map in the UK of where a lot of these sites are, and it will normally tell you whether it's on private land or on public access land. I will put a link in the description below to that particular website. So once you've identified a site, some good advice then is when you're going to these sites, obviously this is all seasonal dependent, so make sure you're going around the time when the particular fruit that you want to pick is actually in season. You need to wear long trousers, not shorts. A lot of these old traditional orchards will be overgrown with brambles and nettles. It can be quite painful if you've got shorts on. Take a pair of secateurs with you as well. Don't destroy the area, but you can cut down a few of the brambles to gain access to the particular tree or fruit bush that you need to get to. And a really important thing is make sure you know what you're picking. So most apples and pears and gooseberries, that type of thing, easily identifiable. Don't pick anything you're unsure of. And the last thing is only pick what you actually need, what you're actually going to use. These traditional orchards are there for everybody, so don't pick more than you're actually going to use, because that's just a waste. So the two orchard sites that I'm going to highlight in this particular video are both in the South Manchester area of the UK, and both orchard sites are in close proximity to each other. One is at an old site called Hardy Farm, and the other one is called The Orchard, which is at Kenwithy Woods, and both of these are in close proximity to the Cholton area of South Manchester. And this screenshot from Google Maps shows you exactly where they are, indicated by the red ring. So what are the main advantages? Well, obviously it's completely free food. Second one, it's a really good day out, especially if you're taking the kids, as long as everybody's safe, of course. And the third one is most of the varieties that are grown on these old orchards are traditional varieties. They tend to be smaller than the apples and pears that you get in the supermarket, but they are absolutely packed with flavour. Things like traditional cooking apples, conference pears, Eating apples, also got gooseberries, blackberries, raspberries, quite a few varieties, damsons and plums as well at some of these orchard sites. So now we know where to look for our research. We know what clothing we need to wear and the equipment we need to take with us. Obviously you also need a container to put the fruit in. Let's have a look at my recent visit to Hardy Farm and the orchard at Kenworthy Woods, and I've got some very small short videos and some still images of what you would expect when you actually get to these old traditional orchards. So there you go, foraging for food. If this is a popular video, I will do more on the subject, looking at things like wild garlic, meadows, and one or two other bits and pieces as well. Please subscribe to the channel, and as usual, if you've enjoyed this particular video, hit that like button. Thank you very much for watching.